asked to invite forward Bilon Ruga, who is an alumna of MPI and works as the Peace Coordinator for the Mennonite Central Committee, an international peace and development NGO in Bangladesh for the last 10 years. She handles the Peacebuilding program operational activities that include developing strategy, program plans, providing technical support to partner organizations to increase their capacity in peacebuilding, and monitoring and evaluation of the program. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Bilon this morning to respond to the keynote. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm extremely sorry that you are lots of experience. You are sitting here, and I am talking here about the situation. So I'm sorry. With my very small experience, I'm going to present here. And according to our Bangladesh situation, I will present here now. And Shabaike Shubhecha. So greetings to you all. And like my journey for peacebuilding, it is not too long or not too short. So within this period, I have experienced many challenges, criticism, unexpected results in personal life, as it is a long journey, never give up as a peacebuilder. And sometimes what is my experience in personal life, sometimes I like to write on the Facebook, and if I try to address any kind of small issues, topics on the Facebook, I got the message on Messenger, then my friends or family members, they tell me you should remove it, because it will cause to hamper your life. So this is the situation in our country, so we cannot talk anything about the injustice. So I am going to talk a little following the path through space. The journey continues. What are the most challenging issues facing peacebuilders related to peacebuilding in the Asia Pacific? I am brought here some challenges from our Bangladesh. So, like in our country, peacemakers often risk their lives to build peace. And how I see the peacebuilding is not an easy way, or it just happens. Peace comes with endless sacrifice. There are many challenges must faced by the peacebuilders. And out of lots of challenges, I am focusing on the most challenge for the peacebuilders in Bangladesh are physical violence and threat to security, and political unrest, environmental disaster, religious intolerance. And now I would like to share one story with you. Like when one man was killed, one blogger, I have 2-3 stories here. So one is man armed with matches killed at secular activities at the crowded intersections in Dhaka, the Bangladeshi capital, who have written critically about militant Islam on social media. A group of clean-shaven men surrounded Muhammad Najimuddin, a law student, slashed his head, then shot him when he fell to the ground. So this is the situation in Bangladesh of bloggers and the peacebuilders. No one is safe. And the other story, a secular blogger, Abhijit Roy, was killed. I don't know if anyone heard about this story. A United States citizen of Bangladeshi descent, Abhijit Roy, went to Bangladesh to participate in a book fair. Roy was founder of the Mukto Mona Free Mind blog, which featured articles on scientific reasoning and religion. He also wrote a number of books, including the best-selling Bishwasher Virus of Faith. According to the news media in Bangladesh and around the world, this artist blogger Agar fundamentalist groups through his writings and a photo caption in an article in the Garden State, Islamists claim responsibility for murder of prominent. And what was the response with this case? Some students are protesting against the murder of Abhijit Roy. Hundreds of protesters gathered in Dhaka on the day to denounce the murder of blogger Abhijit Roy of Bangladeshi origin, hacked to death with matches after he allegedly received threats from Islamists. The demonstrations, including teachers, publishers, and fellow writers, met near the post where Abhijit Roy was attacked by unknown assailants as he returned home from a book fair with his wife. So here is a picture. So standing for justice for Abhijit Roy's non-violent violently. So this is like one example of how some people are trying to protest the injustice. But at the end, actually, this also doesn't work. This is another story, actually. So in our country, the road accident is very common. So this is how the students, when one student was killed on the road by road accident, so the some of students, they came on the road to protest it. And this is not just protesting actually, so they submitted some urgent needs to the government actually. And this is a city, they said in this picture with the placard, this is a city of magic, this is a city of murder. So at the gates of Bosundara Residential of March, like it was 2029. What is our movement? What we are trying to do currently? From our organization, we are working to harmonize ethnic, minority and majority Bengali community relations to peacebuilding activities. Other projects we have engaging youth and young adults in peace education. So through these projects, we are trying to build the peace builders in our country. So there are some pictures actually of our activities, how we are trying to engage the community people and the youth people. So this is observing Social Harmony Day. So the community people from the all the community people, regardless the religion or culture, they are bringing the food where the people are not used to have, sometimes not used to have the foods from the other faiths, other culture. But we are trying to arrange the cultural, we call this Social Harmony Day. Social Harmony Day. So in this day, we call the community people to bring whatever they have in their home. It is not necessary to need to bring for all the participants, but a very small amount. And what they have in their house, so they bring there and we just put there. Then after that, we don't know which one who bring, which is Muslim's food, which is Hindu's food, which is like from the indigenous food. And we put this, then we distribute it to all, and we share this food among the participants, and we enjoy. We have more pictures here, but I didn't bring the pictures here, all the pictures, because of I thought about the time. This is the cultural events. It is also same actually. We bring the all cultural people here, like the all faith from Muslim, Hindu, and the Christian, indigenous ethnic groups of community people, and we do the cultural event. We have several cultural events in a year, and what we do in this cultural event, just we invite all the cultural from different culture to show their culture in this event. It can be the dance, it can be the song, it can be traditional song or any other actually they have. And it is not only the bringing their culture there, actually how it will used like maybe before 15 years ago or 20 years ago, how it will used in our culture. In our culture now, what happens actually, usually we used to share our foods with our neighbors. But in this current situation, actually, we are very much self-centered. We don't want to share our food even with others. You know, we have the fridge, the technology is actually given us. So we just like to keep our foods inside. So this is like actually, you know, so this is taking us from the relationships actually, you know, so breaking our relationships. We believe that sharing the food, it helps us to build, to increase our relationships. And this is a picture of our interfaith seminar. If you see the picture, here is lighting, actually from all different culture of people and different faith of people here all together. Sometimes in our country, lighting, especially the candling, it is Muslim people think that it is came from that Hindu culture actually. So it is the Hindu concept. You know, so but we try to make them understand lighting. It is not actually even for any specific culture, any specific faith or religion. It is actually lighting. We are lighting for peace actually in the world. We want to light the world by lighting this. So this is just a symbolic, you know, so it is not for any religion. And here is like one picture that we call this interfaith dialogue. So here is we have like from three majors, religion, Hindu, Muslim and Christian. So they bring here actually their experiences, their knowledge and shares actually what does mean peace in aspect of their religion. And the other participants, they are also the mixed group from different culture, different faiths, different religion, and they get the opportunity to have their questions to be clearer about other religions. And this is a Peace Foundation course. This picture has a very small horse story. There was no electricity, so it was very hot. So we thought that okay, what can be the alternative? So we thought, okay, we can go across the river, and there is a very nice place, actually open place, and we used that place. This is also a part of creativity to build the peace. You know, how we think creatively for our peace building. So we didn't stop just working, you know, because of that technology or like electricity. So we thought, okay, let's go to the across the river and just be sitting there, and we had our training there. So it is a picture of that Peace Foundation training. So this is for the youth people. So we provide the training, the Peace Foundation training. So we believe that with this journey, actually by this training, they will learn at least how to build peace, or how to be a peace agent, or how to think, starting thinking for the peace building. For future, actually creative and future for peace building. So already I discussed a little here, and what I said here, focusing on and organizing youth as a peace builder. So in our project program, this moment we focus on the youth. We include the community people and the social leaders as the children also and youth, but our focus is youth. Working with interfaith people to increase in trustful relationships, communications, and understanding others, and increasing knowledge and developing peace building skills. So we have some youth facilitators. We are first preparing them for the world, to build the peace, to share the peace among the community people, with their friends, with others. So what is the responsibilities? Before that, just okay, youth-centered and youth-led peace building. I said that youth facilitators who is aged 16 to 19 are given knowledge and skill development training on peace building contents. Interfaith seminar and exposure visits, mentoring for the youth facilitators, facilitation skill development training, follow-up meetings after every activity. What is youth facilitators' responsibilities? Currently, they are doing facilitate peace education training for young children in the schools and communities, and taking initiatives, organizing social works, conflict resolution among the youth groups, friends and families as well as in the communities, and stand for justice as a citizen, and cultural events facilitated by the youth facilitators engaging all faith and cultural community people. So how the youth people are contributing for peace building, I have a very nice story, so I just tell you very briefly. So, I say that we are working to harmonize the relationships between majority and minority communities. So there are actually a big problem where the minority community peoples are not allowed to go to the street restaurants and to have the fruits or even tea or coffee in the restaurants. So this is a very big problem there. And how the engaged youth facilitators are contributing. So one day they thought, some Muslims, some Christians, some indigenous youth together, they will face this problem. They want to see exactly what happened when the indigenous people go to the restaurants and how really they do feel, what is their feelings when they face this. Then they planned to go, then they changed their dress. So the Muslim people wearing the indigenous community's dress, the indigenous was wearing the hijab like the Muslim, so they went to the restaurant together. And they were trying to change their accent too when they were talking, and their language also. So they went there and they sitting in the restaurant, they ordered for the tea. And what happened actually when the restaurant boy see that okay, there are like Bengali Muslim majority community people and the indigenous people also. So they treated very well. They served the nice cup to the Bengali people and very simple, or they exactly at the beginning they don't want it to give her the cup. Then when the Bengali youth they talk about it, then they gave the cup, but it was not good quality. Then really they realized as a Bengali, but that moment they were the indigenous, so they were trying to realize this situation actually, how exactly feel the other people when they face this situation. So then immediately they talked with the shop owner, why they do this, So they try to bring the causes unrelevant. So they didn't like that, but they shared their feelings actually and the real situation. They said, we are not exactly what you see here, but we changed our dress. Just that, therefore you are thinking, I am Muslim, she is indigenous like that, but exactly not that, just wearing the dress. So if I change my dress, if I change my accent, that means you will serve me, treat me, so nicely. So it is not fair, it is not justice. So I am really feeling as like the indigenous, now when you are treating me like as them. So they try to bring out this, address this issue. So it was just emerging, and it is not easy for them working for this actually, especially for the majority community group youth people. So they also have the trade from their society, for the community, from the family. Actually, their community people tell, especially for the young girls, so the girls, youth girls, Muslim community girls, they are said that, how you are doing, what you are doing, so in future you will not get married. It will be problem for you. Any Muslim community people would not be interested to take you as a person, like wife, in their family, in their community. So they are facing a lot of problems. They are challenging, everything, but they are trying to build peace. So this is how, creatively, there is possibility to change the world, to change ourselves, and also and building the peace in the world. So thank you very much for hearing me personally.
I think earlier on, in part of the discussions earlier on from the previous speakers, they talked about how can we respond as peace builders in many creative ways. And I think Bilon has described some of those creative ways they're using in Bangladesh to respond to the many peace building critical issues that they face there as a country, and how they as peace builders are responding to that. So that's a good point to just leave the conversation at the moment.